Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Wallace and today we're diving into a topic that's not just powerful, it's essential for INFJs like us, the power of intuition. As INFJs, we're known for our depth, empathy, and insight, but what truly sets us apart is our intuitive gift. This isn't just a hunch or a feeling, it's a profound inner knowing that guides us, quietly, consistently, toward people, decisions, and paths that align with who we truly are. But let me ask you this. Have you ever had that gut feeling about a person, a job, or a situation, only to ignore it because it didn't seem rational enough? And later, you realized your intuition was right all along? I've been there, many times, and what I've come to understand is this. When we silence our intuition, we disconnect from our most authentic power. But when we lean in, when we trust that inner voice, we make decisions that align with our truth, our purpose, and our peace. In this video, we're going to unpack what INFJ intuition really is, how it works, and most importantly, how to strengthen it and trust it in a world that often tells us to second-guess ourselves. So if you're tired of doubting your instincts, if you want to stop overthinking and start flowing with your inner wisdom, then you're in the right place. Now's your turn. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one time your intuition was absolutely right? I'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Because we're only just getting started on this journey of rediscovering the quiet power that lives within every INFJ. Let's start trusting ourselves again. Let's start listening in. Part 1. Understanding your intuition as an INFJ. Let's begin by answering a seemingly simple, but profoundly important question. What is intuition? For most people, intuition might feel like a passing gut feeling or a moment of instinctual clarity. But for INFJs, it's something much deeper. Intuition isn't just a hunch, it's a sacred internal compass. It's a quiet, consistent force that guides you, often long before the logical mind has even begun to catch up. And while it might not always come with clear reasoning or evidence, its accuracy is often startling. INFJ intuition, rooted in what's known as introverted intuition, NI, is abstract, layered, and often symbolic. It's the sense that something is off, even if everything looks fine on the surface. It's that moment you meet someone and immediately feel their energy, their wounds, their truth, without them saying a word. It's why INFJs can often just know things others miss entirely. But here's the thing. This gift is always on. Even when you're not actively paying attention, your intuition is quietly collecting, filtering, and connecting dots, drawing from patterns, emotional cues, subtle shifts in body language, and even the atmosphere of a room. It processes beneath the surface, delivering flashes of clarity that feel sudden, but are actually the result of deep, subconscious analysis. When you learn to trust this inner guidance, it becomes a powerful ally. It can steer you away from toxic relationships long before red flags become visible. It can help you make big life decisions like changing careers, ending unhealthy dynamics, or saying yes to a life-altering opportunity, with clarity and confidence. Most importantly, it brings you into alignment with your higher self, the part of you that always knows what is right, even when your mind is clouded with doubt. But like any strength, your intuition must be nurtured. It requires stillness, self-trust, and discernment. In the rest of this series, we'll explore how to sharpen this intuitive edge, how to differentiate true insight from fear or anxiety, and how to use it to create a life that feels more aligned, more authentic, and more deeply yours. So ask yourself, have you been listening to that quiet voice within? Or have you been overriding it with noise from the outside world? Part 2. When you ignore your intuition as an INFJ. Have you ever felt a strong inner pull, an unmistakable nudge guiding you toward or away from something, only to dismiss it? Maybe you reasoned your way out of it. Maybe someone else convinced you otherwise. Or maybe fear crept in, whispering doubts until you silenced that inner voice. For INFJs, ignoring your intuition doesn't just feel off, it feels like betrayal. Because your intuition isn't just another opinion. It's your inner truth, the sacred voice of your soul. And when you turn your back on it, even unintentionally, the effects ripple through every part of you, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. Here are 3 powerful signs that you might be ignoring your inner wisdom. 1. You feel anxious, drained, or out of sync. Your body knows before your mind does. When you go against what you intuitively know to be true, it can manifest as anxiety, fatigue, or restlessness. You might not be able to explain why you feel so uncomfortable, but something inside of you knows you're out of alignment. INFJs are highly attuned to energetic imbalance. Ignoring your intuition is like trying to walk against the current. Eventually, you feel it in your bones. 2. You spiral into indecision and overthinking. Without your intuition as a compass, it's easy to get stuck in analysis paralysis. INFJs naturally process things deeply, but without the guiding force of your inner knowing, you might find yourself overanalyzing every detail, afraid to make a move. You may become overly reliant on others' opinions or feel torn between what you feel and what you think you should do. The result? Stagnation, self-doubt, and decision fatigue. 3. You prioritize others' approval over your own truth. This one cuts deep. As deeply empathetic beings, INFJs often place others' needs above their own. But when your choices start to reflect their expectations instead of your truth, you begin to lose yourself. You say yes when your soul is screaming no. You stay when your intuition tells you to leave. You conform when your heart wants to rebel. And eventually you wake up wondering, who am I doing this for? Ignoring your intuition doesn't just rob you of clarity, it distances you from yourself. But the good news? That voice never leaves you. It waits patiently, quietly, until you're ready to listen again. And once you start honoring it, your life begins to feel lighter, more authentic, more aligned. So if you're feeling lost or conflicted right now, maybe the answer isn't out there. Maybe it's been within you all along, waiting for you to listen. Part 3. The benefits of aligning with your intuition. Now that we've explored the cost of ignoring your intuition, let's shift the focus to what happens when you trust it. When you start living in harmony with that deep inner voice that's been with you all along. For INFJs, alignment with intuition is like stepping into your most authentic self. It is the moment you stop trying to fit into boxes that were never meant for you and start walking the path that was always yours to take. Here are 3 transformational benefits that come when you begin to trust your intuition. 1. Clarity and inner peace. Imagine no longer second-guessing your every move. Imagine waking up and knowing what feels right for you, not because someone told you, but because your soul confirms it. When you honor your intuitive insights, life becomes less about chasing validation and more about flowing with your truth. You begin to say yes to what energizes you and no to what drains you. This creates space for peace, stillness, and a deep sense of self-acceptance that radiates outward. No more emotional noise, no more mental tug-of-war, just calm confidence in your own inner knowing. 2. Stronger decision-making and self-trust. INFJs are known for their depth and their thoughtful approach to decision-making. But that depth can sometimes become a trap. Overthinking, self-doubt, and analysis paralysis. When you start trusting your intuition, those endless loops of what if begin to fade. You learn to make decisions from a grounded, soul-centered place. Not impulsively, but intuitively. The more you act on your intuition, the more you build trust in yourself. And that trust becomes the foundation for a stronger, bolder, more decisive version of you. 3. Living in alignment with your purpose. At the core of every INFJ is the desire to live a life of meaning, to create, to heal, to help, to transform. When you follow your intuition, you naturally begin to align with that purpose. You find yourself in the right conversations with the right people, doing the kind of work that lights you up. Your intuition becomes a magnet, attracting situations that support your growth, your mission, and your heart. And when you're aligned with purpose, you don't just live, you thrive. You show up with passion. You serve from a place of authenticity. And the impact you make? It's lasting. Your intuition is not random. It's not just a feeling. It's the voice of your highest self. And when you trust it, everything changes. Not all at once, but step by step, in the direction of your deepest truth. At the end of the day, dear INFJ, your intuition isn't just a quiet whisper. It's a sacred gift. A compass that always points you back to who you truly are. In a world that often drowns out that voice with noise, pressure, and doubt, your inner wisdom is your greatest superpower. It's not flashy, it doesn't shout, but it's always speaking to you, guiding you toward authenticity, toward peace, toward a life that actually feels right. But here's the catch. For your intuition to truly lead, you have to trust it, even when it defies logic, even when it scares you, even when no one else understands. So, let me ask you, are you listening to your inner compass? Or are you still waiting for someone else to validate what your soul already knows? Here's the truth. You don't need to explain your intuition. You don't need permission to follow it, and you definitely don't need to shrink it to fit someone else's expectations. Everything you need is already within you. And the more you trust that truth, the more your path will unfold in alignment, with clarity, purpose, and grace. Let's connect now. I want to hear from you. Have you ever ignored your intuition and regretted it? Or did you trust it and experience something amazing? Share your story in the comments below. You never know who your words might inspire. And if this message resonated with you, if it made you feel seen, heard, and empowered, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you'll never miss an episode on this journey of self-discovery and growth.